Okay, here's the cannon assembly, the way it looked from the beginning and all the parts that were supposed to go into it. So now you can see the start of it and the result of it is something completely different. So hey guys, I wanted to show you a follow-up to the video that shows you the actual plans that I was doing uh, for the cannons. So in bag 8 and 9 that you see here, these are the actual parts. You have the brass parts, which are the cannon and the wheels. You have the wood parts, which are the sides and the bottoms. Now, as I show you this, you see that, you know, the cannon itself has a hole in the center for the wire rod that they provide you with. And I kind of, cut it just right so that it would drop down into the grooves. And then I put putty over the top of the wire so it looks like the wood is one solid piece, as opposed to this guy right here, which shows you the brass rod dropping right into the wood frame once it's assembled. The grooves in the bottom are, for the flat piece and the sides. As you can see on some of the wheels, I found it easier to make little assemblies as opposed to trying to use one solid piece. Like you see here, the crazing of trying to use too much glue to kind of hold it in place until it dried was just madness. I tried bending the axle just so that the wheels would line up right, and I ended up in some of these just using small pieces just so that it would stay in enough and dry hard enough so that it wouldn't be an issue. Now, with that in mind, I measured out each one and tried to, like with this one here, tried to put them in place and let them dry like this one here so that they were as level as possible. Now that's kind of an iffy thing. You'll kind of have to play with that to determine which way it is and whether you use a solid rod or you use just wheel posts. It's entirely up to you. Like this has both of them in it. As you can see, when you put the wire in, the holes are measured just right, so there's no play in it. And the wire is soft, so I don't know if that's really something that you want to do as opposed to getting a solid rod. Now this is a little bit stiffer, but I think the rod may be an option on for assembling these as well. It's really up to you how you want to do it. I just noticed that I was having a problem with the soft wire that came with it, so I made a few changes of my own. I think I did a pretty good job. I like the way these have turned out. Some of them look really good. I have, as you can see, like with one of the wood pieces, came, really, really small, but, I tried to make it work as best as I could. And you see the wheels still look good. The hole in the barrel that holds the rod in place to drop into the slots, you see how that looks. And, that's the way it comes through. Now, I wanted to paint these black after I assemble these. Now, I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I'm mentioning it now. Only because I think it would look awesome to have black cannons as opposed to brass. But you all, unless you plan this out to start, these kind of things crop up as you're, doing your assembly. So these are the things that happened after I already assembled it. Otherwise, I would have black cannons instead of black brass. Same for well, I don't know if I was going to do the wheels that way, but as you can see, these are the 14 guns I used. I think they came out pretty well. I have about half of them that are balanced just right. So on my new flat table, see how this one, rocks a little bit. That means there's a wheel or two out of place, but you can touch it and you feel that it's completely level. Well, that's the key. So with that in mind, you see how the cannons look when they're assembled.